This is adedons TV. It's a platform for people all over the world to share their testimony. Please contact us on Facebook, Instagram, and on WordPress at adedons TV. Thank you.
Hello everyone out there. Welcome to adedons TV. My name is Pastor Hoagland, and I'm representing today for God's Grace right now. I'm just here today to talk to you a little bit about and encouraging someone today to share their testimony. I think it's very important to share your testimony with the world so that people can know where you came from, where you are today. I know God has been very good to me. He has brought me from a mighty long way. I just want to share a little bit of my testimony and let you know that, years ago, I was affected in so many ways. I went through so many things in my life with drugs and all kinds of different things that I experienced in my life. But I thank God today that He has made me a brand new person indeed. I'm just glad to be alive and well today. I'm glad that He saved me. I'm glad that He delivered me from drugs and homelessness and all the things that I experienced in my life. And I'm just thankful today that I am where I am today. I'm saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, and I thank God. It's been years, over 3 years since I've been saved and delivered, and I just thank God for what He's doing in my life. He has touched me, He's touched my husband, my family, my children, and right now today, my church is Mount Calvary Missionary Church, and it's located in New Brunswick on Troop Avenue. I'm a member there. I also have my music ministry that God has blessed us with tremendously. Like I said, it's God's Grace right now. Me and my husband, we're a singing group, and we sing to glorify God, to lift Him up. He has given us gifts and talents, and we are just giving back. Giving back for all the things that He has done for us. We just giving back, and hopefully that we could be an encouragement to somebody else, to be an example for somebody else, to let them know that if God did it for us, He can do it for you. I'm just thankful, and again, I'm just reaching out to everybody and hoping that you will see this forecast, and that you will, this broadcast, and that you will look at it, and that you will be encouraged to share your testimony with somebody else, put a smile on somebody else's face. You never know what somebody else is going through, so it's good to encourage other people, because like I said, you don't know what nobody's going through, and you might just be able to make somebody smile and be an example for somebody to, or give them an opportunity to want to change their lives. So, again, my name is Pastor Hoagland, and I'm going to turn this over to my husband, and I'm going to let him share his testimony.
With that being said, how you doing? My name is Pastor Hoagland. I'm from the city of New Brunswick, New Jersey. Welcome again to adedons television broadcast. This is a platform where people want to share their experience so they give somebody else some strength and some hope and some motivation. You're looking at a man and a woman that have been through all types of circumstances and situations. From the crack house to God's house, I'm going to tell you right now, everything in between that is drama. Being incarcerated and coming from a dysfunctional family in my life, and then being at a point in my life, in this year, having a recording contract and a partner in a business that somebody trusts me with, when there was a time I couldn't even trust myself. What are you saying? I'm saying that I came from an area of confusion and corruption, incarceration and addiction, dysfunctional home, no real family support, no leadership, no encouragement, no motivation. Everything that you see right now today, I got it from my own experiences. They say sometimes, you have to let somebody bump their head. You got to go through it to get to it. So I'm one of them people that went through it. I robbed and stole all my life. End up getting in the drug game. You know what I'm saying? Robbing, stealing, and breaking in people's houses. But one day, I got locked up for a very long time. And in this incarceration process, there was nothing to do. Everybody playing basketballs, people trying to call on the telephone to find out what's going on outside in the street, not even being able to embrace the reality that they're really going through in their incarceration, right? So again, I was one of those that was always in complicated situations, getting in trouble. And you know what, for one of the first times that I ever read a book outside me being in school, which I never stayed in, man, let me tell you something. I picked up this. I picked up this right here to try to escape my reality. And what I was going through, the pain that I was locked up, the fact that, you know what I'm saying, I was isolated from my family and loved ones, right? Away from my children that was growing up, that really didn't understand. And the lies that they was being told was that their father was away in school. Never came home with no diploma, but I messed around and took a GED test on a dare from a lot of my peers. You know what I'm saying, who dared me at the age of 15. Go in there and take this test, because somebody came in to offer to the unit. You know, anybody want to take a GED test? And you know what, I messed around and took that dare, and they laughed at me. You dumb, you stupid, you ain't gonna this, you ain't gonna that. And don't you know I passed that GED test, took it one time and passed it by 1 point. You get 225 to have a passing score, but you need 226 to receive the diploma. I got the diploma on the dare and incarceration. Like I said, I met the Lord Jesus Christ when I was locked down. And you know what? God never really talked to me too much. He just showed me everything. He showed me me. He let me see me. Then he let me get in a position where I was able to choose from the things that I was going to end up in, staying in, or opportunities I had. He showed me them. And with all that being said, you know what I did, man? I still got out of that situation. He always got me out, and I came home and I ended up in the same situation again, right? But this time, I'm at a day and time and point in my life right now where God said, listen, I'm going to give you some help with you. So you're looking at a man, right, that was cracked out, doped out, strung out on drugs. I'm telling you right now. Listen, man, I weigh 252 right now. I was 110 pounds soaking wet with a size pair of 42 pants on that I had to pull so tight like this and tie my belt like it was a karate belt in order for the pants to stay up on my waist. I'm talking about this because I want you to see the things that God allowed me to go through and experience, robbing and stealing and running from people in the community that wanted to hurt me because of dirt that I'd done to them. Then me being so fearful of my life being taken or somebody get me, I never really got no rest, man. And I'm telling you right now, He allowed everything that was dear to me or beneficial to me, satisfying or gratifying to me, to be taken away from me. He did it in stages. Some things he just did it right then and there. But the last thing God allowed to be taken away from me was my comfort zone, which was me and my wife, because we always be together in everything that we done. But the difference is I ended up in a point where I had 10 years over my head. And this last chance that I got was my probation officer came up to me and said, look at you, you ain't even give yourself a chance. Then the brother whispered in my ear and said, you always ask God for stuff. He give you what you ask him for. I said, but you never let God give you what he really want to give you. So whoever you are, wherever you are, there's something that God want to give you. You keep asking him for stuff. I kept asking him for stuff. Save me, let me go, give me this, give me that, do this, do that. He did all that, right? But the difference is what I really needed most, I couldn't get it. Because I didn't stay still long enough for him to give me what was going to allow me to be where I am now a long time ago. So, he said, okay, you want to do you, then I'm going to let you do you. But before you do you and kill you, I'm going to give you this right here one more time. This experience he gave me was 2.5 years of incarceration, solitary confinement, separation, no communication with family or loved ones. I'm telling you right now. Straight bled me in my situation, right? I had no choice but to turn to him. I'm telling you right now. Every time I read this book to gratify me, to get me out of what I was going through around me. Not ever really addressing the real thing going on inside me, which was my spirituality. So mentally I was focused, physically I was fit, but spiritually I was starving. So thank God for the word being able to come alive in my life to the point like this where he said, you're not going to be given this. You're going to live this. Because after this, it's the graveyard. Come on, man. After this experience right here, I'm telling you right now, ain't no more do-overs. You're going to the graveyard. Man, I got on my knees, right? And I thank God for letting my awareness come to that point. But the most vital part of my experience was the steps that I still had to take even after he gave me that revelation. I had to sit in a room with no one but me and me. God was there, but guess what? I couldn't hear him. I couldn't feel him, couldn't see him, all you want. Would never answer me the way I felt that he should in my humanity, right? But from on a spiritual level, you know what he did? He let me see the sun before the sun came up. He let me wake up in the middle of the night, early in the night, and see and hear birds chirping outside my window. I'm locked up and incarcerated behind a glass window this thick, about 12 inches thick, maybe 6 inches. No communication, the phone right outside my door, and I can't even get to it because I'm in detention. And they kept me in there for so long, man, to the point where God let me get a chance to see me, where I had opportunities to do the right thing, and I chose to do the wrong thing. Times that I chose to do the wrong thing, where I had a chance to do the right thing. Then it was times that I didn't think about a mother or a father or a child being able to eat at night, and I just wanted to satisfy and gratify me, my addiction, my mission, and my flesh. But the Spirit of the Lord said, you know what? This is not him tomorrow if he make the right choice today. So I surrendered. I surrendered to reality first, knowing that where I was, I really was, and that if I came out the same way, the place that I was going to be, I was really going to be. Somebody was going to kill me. Because they had already set it up and made it up in their mind that if he come out of jail to this place right here and acting like he used to act, we're going to kill him. We're going to let somebody lay him down. So God told me, he asked me, he said, is your life that unimportant to you at this time like it was when you was out there? And I told him no. He said, if it's not, then what I need you to do is sit down. Not physically, spiritually, mentally, psychologically, emotionally. Sit down. Man, I had to sit down for real and give up what I wanted to do for what I know I had to do, which was do the right thing. And sometimes the right thing might not be no thing. So I couldn't do nothing. I didn't want to do nothing because I was afraid that if I did anything, what was going to happen to me, somebody was going to be standing over me telling a whole bunch of lies, how good I was, how much of a positive person he was. The face that you see right here, right now will no longer be looking like that because the face will be blank, filled with tears and all kind of fear because now you finally alone because of choices somebody else made that could have been prevented. So who am I helping today? First partaker. I'm gonna eat off my own plate. I'm tired of letting people benefit off me and never allowing me to benefit off me like I should, because God has assigned a certain amount of people for each and every one of our lives for us to come in contact with for his glory. And my pastor stepped into my square one day. She said, God don't want your money. He don't need your conversation. He don't care about your wear. I want my glory. That's it. Jealous God. So now you see crackheads, dope fiends, and drug dealers and alcoholics. Everybody's trying to find their way home. Thank God for allowing me to be like Dorothy in my incarceration. Find the yellow brick road. Once I found out which way to go, guess what I had to do at the end of the road? I still had to go see the wizard. I still had to answer to the wizard. Because at the end of this process, we had to make sure that you were sure. So that what is to come up out of this will be all him and not you. Thank God for Adedons Television giving somebody a platform to be able to help somebody. And especially somebody you don't know. Touching somebody's life for God's glory. By telling your story and keeping it real with yourself and letting your growth and development be transparent. Where somebody could see and walk away and make a decision consciously on the strength of what you put out, and don't have to feel like when they get in the box they still don't know which way to go, even after they read the book, heard the song, seen the movie and the whole nine, and they still stuck. People suffering today. Nobody really loves nobody no more. We talking about that we love somebody, but you know what? We're not showing us. Nobody's coming together. Families are not coming together. Sitting down at the table and staying together. They sitting, but they're not staying. You come, you eat that food, get up and go. And people feel shunned. People still incomplete. So I'm telling you, take what you get from this and use it for what it's worth. If you don't do nothing else, man, give God the glory. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't look for if you can't find no other reason why to give God glory, sacrifice yourself. Because the Bible say the Lord, when he couldn't find nothing else, he swore by himself and he sacrificed himself to show us that he not only identified with us, but he wanted to leave something behind to show you that what he said could be done, can be done. You can make it, you can take it. The bottom line is, will you accept it? Will you accept that you're not going to be in control of this? Will you accept that you don't have the key to the solution? Will you accept that it's his way or the highway? You want to live? Give up. Give in. Because that's when you're going to really obtain the unthinkable. It's called destiny. To God be the glory. Thank God again for the family behind Abaddon Television that's given God's grace an opportunity to share our strength and hope with somebody. I'm telling you right now, God is real. So real that he don't only give you stuff that's real, but he gives you something that you can feel. An impact. And whatever you hear from this point, followed by this, in the midst of the silence, is the voice of the Lord speaking into your life. And he don't want you to do nothing else, but let him do what only he could do. Take your hands out of it. Wasn't that the word you spoke today? Get your hands out of it. Take your hands out of it. You can't do it if your hands in it. Popeye said, I fight to the finish because I eat my spinach. You know what I'm saying? Get your spinach. I'm telling you right now, get it. And once you get it, eat it. Eat it. God bless you.